Hey everybody, I'm recording again. By the time you see this, it'll be March. And yeah, at this point, I'm still not done with the Star Wars game that I wanted it to, the Star Wars Republic Commando thing. But when you see this, probably maybe I might be done. I don't know, but anyway, last time we met the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Yes, this guy. And we should probably converse with him right now. So yeah, let's do that right now. Cool. All right, the Great Detective. Let's see what this is all about. Also, sorry, I haven't practiced my voice on him yet, so it might sound kind of scuff and not great, but let's just do it. So, you're a great detective, are you? Sorry, what was your name again? Okay, cool. Alright, here we go. Indeed, I'm none other than the one and only Herlock Sholmes. Oh, I see. You're German. Herlock, was it? Oh, well, is that German? I don't really know if that's German or not, but whatever. No, I have no her. I mean, I have hair. Please call me Sholmes. I love this guy. You can read all about my exploits in this exciting London publication. I can't do a British accent. Oh yes, Rand's magazine, full of wonderful short stories and interest articles from Great Britain. I never miss an issue. I have it sent from England especially. Ah yes, here it is. The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes. So, you're the protagonist in a series of short stories then? Indeed I am. And, you've read so many of your own stories, you've started to think you really are a detective. Make no mistake, not the poor, deluded fellow you take me for. Your inference is backwards. He didn't even say correct. Backward. It's backward. I forgot this, guys, and my trusty biographer records my greatest deducting achievements, chronicles them in the magazine. You have a biographer, do you? Doesn't everyone? Mine goes by the name of Dr. Wilson, presently keeping shop in London. Dr. Wilson? I must say, thanks to the publication, I've been fantastically busy of late. Why, this very moment, I am returning from Asia, having solved the mystery of a cursed royal crown. Oh, I'm starting to get it. Sorry if it took a while. Really? I can't work out whether I should take this man seriously or not. Deduction, you see, is to me a science, logical reasoning in its purest form. A science? Really? The astute observer notices even the most subtle of reactions in his subject. A furtive glance, a twitch of a muscle, a slight inclination of a posture, fingernails, arms, sleeves, furrows in the skins, all these things are data. I don't know. Right. And the trained logician makes deductions from this data in the blink of an eye. The ultimate conclusion is without fail the truth. As I demonstrated only a few short moments ago. Damn, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit tired because I've been doing a lot of stuff. Anyway, how can you look me in the eye and claim that? So you see, I have turned both for observation and for deduction and fame. That is what makes the one and only what? Was he gonna say his own name wrong? Herlock Sholmes. Alright, I guess. So what do you know about Kazuma's death? Have you managed to deduce anything about this particular case? Have I managed to deduce anything, my dear fellow? Who do you suppose discovered the culprit in his most cunning hiding place? That's right. It was none other than the great detective before you now, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. I see. In other words, I'm in these now because of him. Yep, you're the culprit. We saw it at the beginning of this. When I became anxious about Kazuma-sama this morning, I summoned all the crew members to force the cabin door open. And I concealed myself among their numbers, gaining entry to the scene of the crime. Yes, luckily for everyone, the great detective, I can see him saying Detective Herlock Sholmes was on board. And the handcuffs seem to be an excellent fit, Mr. Naruto. The very moment I laid eyes on the scene, two facts were immediately apparent to me. Oh, really? Two facts, you say? Alright. Oh, just hey, wait a minute. Give me a second to slow down and process what's happening. You can't just shove two things in my face right now, please. Alright, anyway, I guess we're just gonna go two facts. Mr. Sholmes, tell us, please. What two facts were apparent to you when you came into this cabin this morning? Ah, yes. But first, let us be precise. The two facts in question were immediately apparent to me. Yes, I understand, but what were they? Allow me to elucidate. Elucidate? What a weird... What? The two facts that I deduced from a mere momentary glance at the scene of the crime were as follows. Number 1. The cabin was locked from within, rendering escape of the culprit out of the question. Number 2. The victim was Russian and killed following a dispute with an acquaintance. Hold on, Mr. Sholmes. What made you think the victim was Russian? Well, I kind of observed the dying message left by the victim on the floor. Yep, it's Russian. I figured that was Russian because I don't know how. It means wardrobe. I was gonna be like, do any Russian people know what that says? That is the Russian word for wardrobe. Do you really think Kazuma-sama could have left a dying message in Russian? In their final moments, many find their native tongues filling their heads for this young man, Russian. What? No, Kazuma was not Russian. Kazuma was Russian, was he? Hang on a second. That sounds a little bit like... No. Initially, I considered I'm sorry. I had a stroke trying to read that. Garderobe may be the name of the killer. A certain Robert Guard, perhaps. What? But in the interest of thoroughness, I decided it would be wrong not to look inside the wardrobe there at least, where he found Mr. Naruto sleeping soundly. Quite so. I found you, the renowned Russian revolutionary killer. Why is it that I'm Russian too? I observed that you were wearing the same attire as the victim. In other words, you were acquainted. And if my memory serves, that outfit is the traditional dress of the Russian people. Our school uniforms are the traditional dress of the Russian people. I had no idea. Of course, it's not. No. And I had no idea a detective could get something so wrong. Oh, man. Sorry. I took a photograph of the victim and the message that I might analyze it for possible hidden details. Oh, that's a black and white photo. This was taken immediately after the young man was... this is Sholmes. This was taken immediately after the young man was discovered before the body was removed. Also, I just finished recently watching Ray play Ishin, and it reminds me of that scene where, like, Date, or the guy playing Date, took out the photograph and just showed everyone. And this Ishin takes place back in the days of, like, before technology, so it's kind of funny everyone just like looking at like one photograph. That's the picture that came to mind. Anyway, let's just move on. Yes, Kazuma had already been taken away when I woke up. This is the first time I've actually seen him like this. So he's clutching something in his left hand. Oh. Are you alright, Mr. Naruto? Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, I guess I look pale. I don't know. She seems kind of worried about me. The Russian word for wardrobe is in purple ink. It would appear to have been written in the victim's final moment, and that was added to the crime scene. Sorry if I'm like, you hear me do that. Sorry. It's kind of like cold nowadays, because we had snow last night, and yeah, it's cold right now. They don't give out heat too much, so I'm trying to not be too obvious about it. Anyway, can I ask you something, Mr. Sholmes? What pray? You mentioned Russia before as well, didn't you? You know, when you said I was a fearsome revolutionary fleeing from Russia and all of that? Ah, yes. The train of reasoning that led me to the truth. Would you mind explaining that train of reasoning to me, do you think? I don't know what that says. He speaks Russian. How do you pronounce that? I really want to know how to pronounce that. You know what? I'm gonna search it up. Jesus. Give me a second. I'll be right back. This is all gonna be edited out. It's apparently yes, of course. I have my phone. I walked out. I always do this. I walk out, but it's right here in my bedroom. It's apparently yes, of course. I don't know how it's pronounced. Oh, it's apparently pronounced Koneshka or Konesha. Konesha. Wow, I'm learning Russian. Anyway, I don't know if you heard that. I'm probably gonna edit that out. Oh, sorry. Anyway, Konesha. Apparently, that's how you pronounce that. Konesha. Certainly, if it interests you. How many times? I'm not Russian, and I don't speak Russian. Yeah, I know. I had to look it up. Don't worry. I just wanted it to be sure. Alright, anyway. Your deduction just now. Let's do it. Can we talk about your deduction before the things you concluded about me, or the things you conclude about me, I mean? Ah, the now famously accurate troubling predicament you find yourself in. Actually, it was the other details that I was more hoping to discuss. You know, the merciless Russian revolutionary and assassin of 16 part. Ah, yes. The more sordid details, it was a fairly commonplace deduction. Oh, you have just a newspaper. Okay. Here we have this morning's paper. The main headline reads... Revolutionary villain Bolshevik flees Russia via Shanghai. This vessel made a port call at Shanghai yesterday, and last night the young Russian was murdered. Since when was Kazuma Russian? It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian. It sounds like Mr. Sholmes has concluded he was Russian because of what Kazuma-sama wrote on the floor. It was a simple act of reasoning to realize that the culprit of this crime was the same merciless revolutionary. One would kill the very man who helped him to escape after his true identity was discovered. Yes, you villain Bolshevik. I can't pronounce that. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. No. How could it be me? I don't look anything like this man. Just look at this face. Yeah, look at that. He's got glasses. If anything, he looks more like Rasputin, like I was singing in the last episode. Well, you are a fearsome revolutionary after all. Therefore, you have no doubt learned to revolutionize your appearance as well. Dude, I look like a child compared to him, okay? Please. I might add, your name does not appear on this ship's passengers list. Need I say more? Well, that's because I'm a stowaway, but I can't say that. What about the other details? The 16 victims of assassination and blowing up the Crystal Tower. What? When did this become My Little Pony? Ah, yes. The journalist clearly interviewed the man and printed all these particulars in the article. The deeds the man has perpetuated thus far, and those and those he is plotting? I don't think you're speaking correct English. So much for an Englishman. Yes, everything this revolutionary Bolshevik was included. There can be no mistake. Do revolutionaries usually agree to interviews with newspaper reporters, I wonder? And what about the part where you said I was just returning from Afghanistan? Yeah, where did that come from? Also quite clearly stated here in the article. Bolshevik is recently returned after a period of subversive activities in war-torn regime of Afghanistan. Where even is it anyway? This Afghanistan place. Oh, yeah, I don't know where the hell Afghanistan is. Here, take a look at the paper for yourself as a little memento of this great deduction. Oh, thank you. I've absorbed all that is of interest to me within its pages, but I see no rubbish bin nearby. Oh, well, I got that. Thanks, bro. I really appreciate giving me a newspaper, which I can't even read because it's in Russian, I think. And you may find the article on the back page of interest as well. On the back? Cast your eye over sometime if the interest takes you through, or takes you, though you may need someone to interpret. Well, yeah, because this is written in Russian. Isn't that what I just said? I couldn't hope to read it. But I suppose it wouldn't hurt just to glance at the article. Maybe there might be a picture or two I could read. I'm not having mental breakdowns yet. Holy crap, we're just talking. It's been 17 minutes and we're just talking. To be fair, that's all we can do. But, you know, I would like to get out of this area. Spoiler alert, yes, you can leave this area, but not until much later. Anyway, what were you investigating? Let's ask what you were doing, like investigating the table. Before we started talking to you, you were examining Kazuma's desk, weren't you? Kazuma? Ah, yes, the victim. Did you notice anything useful, anything at all? Does the hat flicker? Observe for a moment the desk of the victim. Yeah, that's why we were doing that a while ago. We see the victim was engaged in penning some text. London Diary. Oh, that's Uransky. God damn it. London Diary. Kazuma was keeping notes of the trip. But I don't think you should read his private writings. It could upset people. Tragic. And something you ought to perhaps elucidate before the act of reading. You mean you've read it already? Gee, wonderful. He could read it, but I can't? Susato is gonna be upset. It is my business to know what other people do not. Yes, believe it or not, I know a smattering of Japanese. Oh, wow, okay. Smattering? Oh, I see. Well, you're about to know what Susato takedown is. And Susato is just there. Are you gonna take him down or no? You yell at me. Susato-san, aren't you gonna throw the detective with one of your trademark takedowns? I'm sorry, Naruto-san. What on earth do you mean? Bitch! You did it to me! Okay, anyway. Life is so unfair. Only to you, bro. And me. Anyway, to return to the matter at hand, namely the diary belonging to the victim. It would appear the final sentence is incomplete, as if the author were cut short. Tell me, what is the nature of the writing? Pray be precise as to details. What is that jumble of words? I swear he speaks like normal sometimes, and other times he doesn't. But I thought you knew Japanese. A smattering, dear boy. A smattering. Sayonara, bonsai, mikaido. Nado. I trust you're suitably impressed. I know bonsai, sayonara. What the heck is mikado, and is nado even a thing? Japanese people, please elaborate. If any Japanese people are watching. I don't know why they would be watching, but hi. You know, thanks for watching. Ha. But, alright, but this diary is littered with complicated looking characters, of which I can read precisely. And he's just laughing his ass off because he can't read. Thanks, Sholmes. So what was all that showing off about before then? If you would be so kind to show me, I would be happy to read it to you, Mr. Sholmes. Really? You let him? Okay, come on. Never mind. Much obliged, my dear madame. Look at him. He's very polite, though. That's for sure. The final entry here is Kazuma-sama's diary consists of 2 short sentences. The first reads, 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. A whistling sound? These are very deep waters. Pray go on. The second sentence reads, 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Or growl. I don't know if the... never mind. A speckled band? What on earth does that mean? I have no idea. I've never heard that expression before. The ventilator grill, you say? The man was presumably referring to the latest there on the wall, which connects to the adjoining cabin. Yes, the adjoining cabin. No, okay, jeez, we just got his diary. Thanks. So we have the whistling. We got the no noise. Okay, here we go. So, I believe I'd given you enough to consider for the time being, at least. Do you have somewhere to go? As it happens, the victim's writing is in his diary have piqued my interest. The matter warrants further investigation, I believe. And if I'm still too long at the seasickness takes hold. Wait, you are seasick? Oh, I suppose. Wait, you're thinking of investigating the cabin next door, which the ventilator connects to. Great detectives are a curious breed. Minds rebel at stagnation. We crave mental exaltation. So yes, I intend to investigate. Hence, the truth will become clear soon enough. Do you think perhaps that we could go with you? No, that would be somewhat complicated. What? But why? A simple glance at your wrists should reveal the answer. Oh, right. Oh, these. After all, you're the prime suspect in this matter. No. There's no point trying to turn it into a question. You're the one who decided I was the culprit in the first place. Whatever do you mean? I have no recollection of naming you as the culprit at any point. What? Okay. You must be joking. You just said it only a moment ago. Dear me, you are clearly misguided. I would have no cause to say such a thing. Well, actually, Mr. Sholmes, I did hear you say that, too. Even Susato was like, you're quite sure? Well, that's very strange. What do you mean it's strange? I wouldn't have said you had the face of a criminal, you know? Not really. So what? Were you looking at my knees before? Some great detective you are. I love this man. Well, anyways, that was then, and this is now. What do you mean? What I mean, sir, is if you are the culprit, then you must play the part more convincingly. Roll over and accept your fate. Oh, jeez, this guy. Now he's just being plain rude. Now he's just being plain him. Ay. And off he goes, having just laughed in my face. His sense of humor is as twisted as his name. Oh my gosh. Naruto-san, what are you just standing there for? We must go and investigate the cabin next door as well. Oh my gosh! Guess what? Aren't you forgetting something? What about these? There's no way. Hiya! Why? I did nothing wrong. Madam, please. After Kazuma-sama spent his dying moments struggling to leave us a clue, you're willing to give up? Can you? You're just going to roll over and accept your fate? No, I'm not. I never mind. Women. Oh, jeez. As if you gave me any choice in the rolling over part. I love these two. Anyway, jeez. Can you say sorry at least? I think we still have some investigation to finish off in here first, don't we? Let's carry on examining what we can in this cabin while we wait for a chance to slip next door. Good idea. The situation doesn't look good for me, but there are still things I can do to help myself. And I owe it to Kazuma to do everything I can to find a way out of this and bring the real culprit to justice. Is something wrong, Naruto? Is something wrong, Naruto-san? Oh, no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help feeling like I've seen him somewhere before. I think I said that he's Hosanaga. Oh, yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir. Yes, what can I do for you? Yep, it's him. Why is he... I recognize that face, but it can't be. Yep, there's that cough still, and there's that blood. Get that checked out. You still haven't checked it out after a freaking 2 weeks? It is. I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hosanaga. There you go. Yeah, it's Hosanaga. Hi, buddy. Hello again. What are you doing? What are you doing here? Put up the glass. I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a crew of the crew and board this ship. I think I read that wrong. Sorry. Again? You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. Oh, thanks for bowing. If there's anything I can help you to do, to help you, please ask. I should give him more like a raspy voice. I never expected to see this man on board, but perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. We're gonna do that next time, because this has been 28 goddamn minutes of me just talking to this dumb Herlock Sholmes. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys see this sometime soon in March, and hopefully you see my other project as well too. Maybe, hopefully. Anyway, see you guys next time, and bye-bye.